Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be doing another video talking about my favourite characters from 2013 to 2016. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, the reason I've gone from 2013 to 2016 is so I can avoid all the 2012 characters, all the base characters like Homer and Lisa and Marge and Moe and all these big characters that I already like so much. If you want to see exactly who my favourite Simpsons characters are, there is a video on my channel, just search it up in the channel, where I go through my top 10 Simpsons characters just from The Simpsons. And it it's enforced by Tapped Out as well, I guess, because I sort of play Tapped Out more than I watch The Simpsons. Yeah, I guess I do. This was suggested by Apperson222, or Apperson as I like to call them. Apperson. Basically, yes, to avoid this. So, now the one problem I have with making this video and coming up with what I'm going to say and the different people on my list, the only problem I have is some of them it's kind of repeated from my top 10 level characters. Now, my top 10 level characters, I did them ages ago when the levels all concluded. Now, the reason is it's just impossible for me to do, really, because the majority, the big characters, the sort of main characters, they all come from they all came from the levels. So it's kind of hard for me to filter them out. So there's kind of a lot of characters who run the levels, but there are some characters that weren't. So we'll go through them. So yeah, let's go from number 10. So number 10 is Kodos. I couldn't include Kang because of course Kang came in 2012. I like to combine Kang and Kodos, so I guess Kodos is, Kang is sort of the reason that Kodos got this place, but I gave Kodos this place because I think it's a she actually. I'm not too sure. Some people say it is a she, but she sounds like a man. But I guess aliens. I guess they are aliens, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe their females are masculine, quite masculine. Anyway, but yeah. So Kodos is a pretty cool character. There's loads of cool tasks with Kodos. Really interesting character. Of course, came in 2013 Halloween, where a really interesting way that you get Kodos is, of course, it's the same way that you got Kang, where you have the ray and you have to shoot down the ship, and then you get the destroyed ship with Kodos as a character. Now, Kodos is really cool. Got some cool tasks. Got a costume. She has the fairy costume, of course, as well. So there's plenty of stuff there. There's stuff with a Victorian UFO where you have little animations. There's loads of little animations with her, so it's just really cool. And of course, with Kang, it sort of completes that set of two characters who always they're always together, aren't they? So that's the reason I love Kodos. So yeah, number 9. Number 9, I've put Radioactive Man. So, Radioactive Man to me is just damn cool. Of course, he is the main character, my favourite character from the superhero event, both superhero events combined. Really cool character. Now, of course, the Radioactive Man is a fictional character in The Simpsons, so he's a fictional character within the fictional world, which is just funny to me. It's just sort of like in Inception, well, not really Inception, but you know what I mean. It's like a Ex Machina, is that the word? No, that's not the word, but you know what I mean. Really cool animations again. Some really stuff. The tasks that led to us getting Radioactive Man were even better. Of course, where he turned evil. So honestly, it's just really cool character. And overall, there's just so much things about Radioactive Man which make me love him so much. And of course, all the references and all the stuff in The Simpsons, and of course in the comics as well, in the extended universe, there's all this stuff with Radioactive Man. And overall, I just really like the character. And in Tapped Out, I feel like he was really done justice. I think they did him the best they could, and I just like, of course, he has voice, which is even better, and yeah, I just love him. So yeah, number 8. So number 8, I've put Kirk. Now, I like Kirk for a number of reasons. First of all, his character to me, he's such an awkward kind of, he's trying his hardest kind of guy. So in The Simpsons, of course, I do like the character quite a bit. But in the Tapped Out, it's even better. So of course he has voice, which is the first thing. He's got one costume, which is the Acorn Kirk, which is an okay-ish costume. It's not amazing though. It's pretty funny though, I guess. Of course, Kirk is he's got plenty of tasks where he has animations, loads of really cool animations. He came with the bachelor apartments, which are really cool building. Of course, he was a level character. And he also is linked with the Office of Unemployment. So, really cool character. Was done really well, and I just overall love him. So, yeah. Number 7. So number 7 is Dragic Tatum. So Dragic Tatum actually came in Whacking Day, the very original Whacking Day 2013. And Dragic actually is, of course, a boxer in The Simpsons. Now, I do like the character in the actual Simpsons as well, but I like him more in Tapped Out. The reason I like him more in Tapped Out came with the Springfield Coliseum, which is a really, really cool building. But it's just his tasks. He's got some damn cool tasks. Of course, I've got the one where he walks the tiger. That's my favourite task. He's got other ones with the, where is, when he walks around with, whatever. You know what I mean? He has loads of animations. And of course he has this costume as well, the I think it's like Champion or something, like where he has the belt and he's shirtless. It's not an amazing costume, but I guess it's kind of cool. Really, really cool character though overall. I do like him. He was heavily involved in the sports event, which was really, really cool. The tadpole event. And it was kind of cool when we got him as a prize. And I just overall think the character's brilliant. But not as good as the ones above him. So number 6, I've put Ralph. So Ralph, of course, he only just about made it into this. There is another one above him that only just made it into it. But Ralph only made it into it. Of course, in level 20 something, I don't know what it was. But Ralph, of course, came with his house, which again is connected, really, really cool building. He was free, which is always great. So were all the characters below, actually, I think. Yeah, Kodos wasn't free because you had to buy the Ray. But all the other ones were, yeah. Radioactive Man was originally free. Kirk was originally free. Dragic Tatum was originally free if you got the prize. Yeah, and Ralph was as well. So yeah, Ralph overall, cool character. Voice, of course, when you have the voice, it just makes the characters 10 times better to me. And brilliant, funny voice. Really, really funny tasks, some really bizarre ones, and of course Ralph is a bizarre character, and I do like him in The Simpsons as well because he's a kind of quirky, sort of slightly, I want to say slightly retarded kid. Yeah, he is. He's a bit brain dead in that sense. He's a bit slow, and it's just comedic. I mean, it's a bit terrible to laugh at a struggling child, but I think it was, of course, with the alchemy stuff. I wasn't so keen on that stuff when they brought in that, but it was okay, I guess. Just really, really cool character. Number 5, I have put Maud Flanders. So Maud, of course, and it's a ghost, Maud's ghost. Maud Flanders, for me, she's just a brilliant character. I mean, for she led that Halloween event. It was such a good Halloween event, and she led it, and that's what I like about her. The reason I love the character so much is she led the whole Halloween event. She made it good. She basically made it succeed, that Halloween, and she made it really, really cool. And now my favourite, one of my favourites anyway, my favourite. Or was it my favourite? No, it was my favourite. Some really, really cool things. Of course, when she haunts Springfield, that's my favourite one. Really, really cool little animations. There's some other ones. They could have probably added some more animations. And the one thing I really wish they do, which would make the character, probably put the character in number 2 spot, really, or maybe even the number 3 spot, number 3 or number 2 spot. Maybe not the number 1 spot though. It wouldn't get the number 1 spot. But what would get it is she actually had a costume for normal mod, so we could actually have normal mod, because I think it was necessary to add a ghost. It would be kind of cool to get like a normal mod costume, and she can do some other stuff. But yeah, I do really like Maud. Really, really cool character, and I'm so glad they added her. Just brilliant. And in The Simpsons, she wasn't a massive character, but her whole death, I feel like, impacted the series so much. And her death episode is not in my top 10, but it is definitely up there in my top 20 because it's just such an impactful episode, and it carried on for The Simpsons forever. So number four, I've put I've put Wayland Smithers. Wayland Smithers, of course, he only just made it in, but I've got to give it to Smithers. Really, really cool guy. In The Simpsons, of course, I love him because he's this secret, this closet homosexual who fancies Mr. Burns. He's his assistant, and he's just so damn funny. And I think him and Mr. Burns make this sort of comedy act, and it's not. Like, together they wouldn't be as funny. Like, if they were on their own, if they were separate, they wouldn't be as funny. But together they make such a funny two characters. But Smithers himself has got some really, really cool animations. Of course, the one with the whip and stuff when he's in the leather attire, that's pretty funny. And there's some other pretty really, really cool tasks with Smithers. Overall, just a brilliant character. And I think in Tapped Out, he's really cool and they did him justice. Of course, he comes with Burns' mansion, which just makes sense, I guess, because he would always be there with Mr. Burns. Yeah, I just love him. Number 3. So number 3, I have put Patty and Selma, and I've sort of combined them. Now I know they're sort of separate in their own way because they are different characters, but they do look the same. So I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna group them. And of course, you did unlock them together. So they were They came with the Spinster City apartments. Where of course they had the DMV, which came sort of with them as well. Two brilliant characters, and they are two really cool characters, and I do love them. But yeah, really cool tasks. They both have voice, which is even better. Don't have any costumes, but that's okay. And just overall, they're just funny. They're just two really funny characters, and of course they're larger sisters in the show as well. They're funny. Just the rivalry between Homer, of course, is the sort of the evil stepsister, I guess. The evil stepsisters from fairy tales, and that's what they really serve as in the show, and in the game they're just kind of cool. Some really cool tasks there, and just overall, yeah, they get the number 3 spot. I'm kind of running out of things to say, so do apologise. Number two, I've put Lenny and Carl. So Lenny and Carl, I just love them in The Simpsons. I'm going to be honest, they're two of my favourite characters. I just love them when you see them in Moe's, when you see them in the power plant, and I mean, what can I say about them? They're just two really cool characters. I don't know. I group them together. Now they don't look anywhere. They don't look dissimilar, of course, but I think they are their own characters in their own way because and they're kind of. Yeah, but they are all kind of the same. They came together, so I kind of had to group them. I didn't want to separate them either. I feel like you can't really have one without the others. They're a bit like, well, they're like Patty and Selma, in that sense. But I feel like Patty and Selma are a bit more separate. I'm trying to think of what better. It's Kang and Kodos. Lenny and Carl are Kang and Kodos. That you just can't separate them. If it wasn't for one being black and one being white, I wouldn't be able to tell them apart like Kang and Kodos. If it wasn't for their appearance, because they've got really similar personalities. Their voice in it is so funny. Of course, Carl's one was like things won't happen. This won't happen when Obama's president. That's my favorite one. But yeah, just some two really cool characters, really cool tasks, some really funny ones. Appleton especially did complain about them coming with the Buddhist temple because of course it was like a 1-episode thing where we saw them with the Buddhist temple. But to be honest with you, what else was there really they could add them with? I mean, maybe like Moe's Brewing Co. I mean, that could have been possibly, but that was way before that. But I think the Buddhist temple was fine. I think it was just a building. I mean, I'm not really bothered what building they come with all too much. But yeah, really cool characters. Of course, they did get my top 10 level characters. They got the number 1 spot on that. Unfortunately, they had to get the number 2 spot. There was no way I could budge them any lower. I just love their characters too much. But the number 1 spot goes to. Can we have that drum roll? Maggie Simpson. So, how could I not give it to Maggie? Maggie came last year in the Christmas event. Of course, it was a free character, it's like a Christmas gift. Brilliant tasks, animations. I guess you could say she has voice with the sucking dummy. Of course, they even gave her a little mini game where you find her and you can eat a donut. How can you not love Maggie? Some people don't like. Of course, I was reading over Appleton's list ages ago with the list where they said that Maggie was number 5, and saying that it was a big thing, but I just have to give it to Maggie. She of course got my top 10 Christmas characters, but overall I just love Maggie so much. She's one of the Simpsons family. You can't not love her, in that sense. And she just deserved it. There's nothing else I can really say. Overall, Maggie deserved it. There was no other way. I find it hard to justify it. I really do, and I feel like I am a bit waffling a little bit, and I am waffling a little bit. It's just kind of really difficult to justify why I put these things. But Maggie gets my number 1 spot. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I am going to be doing my top 10 worst characters, and the only problem with that list is it's going to mostly be non-playable characters, which is a bit depressing, really, because I don't like to pick on them too much, but it's going to have to be non-playable characters, just because they're bad in that sense. But I will do my worst, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what your top 5 are, your top 10 favourite characters are, least favourite characters are. And also, please go vote on the Simpsons Tap Tap Ceremony. Please, goodbye, and peace be with you. I don't know.
Bye.